Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of September 22nd, 2021. Yeah, we're already almost done with September of 2021. Like, whoa, where has time gone? Let's get right into it. First up, we have Aquaman, The Becoming, number 1 of 6. This is the Aqualad miniseries that's coming out. I don't know why they just didn't call it Aqualad. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, see how it is. I'm curious to see what they do with the character. I did check out that Black Manta series. I was not impressed with the first issue. Some things were cool and interesting in it, but I didn't find very much else. And the end of the issue didn't entice me to want to read more. If you guys are, any of you are reading it, let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of it after issue, or at least with issue 2, and let me know if it's something that maybe I need to dive back into. But we'll see. Next up is Batman 113, continuing Fear State. I mean, I need to even get caught up to Fear State, so we'll see. But Batman's out. And there's another Batman title. We have Batman, The Adventures Continue, Season 2, Issue 4. If you like the animated stuff, this is really, really good. I've enjoyed reading them and just, kind of getting back to that thought. Or not that thought, that universe, I should say. Good stuff. Next up, we have Batman the Detective, number 5 of 6. This is Tom Taylor. Awesome, awesome stuff. I'm a few issues behind, but I can't wait to get caught up. It's almost ended, and man, I can't wait to see how it ends. And finally, on the Batman specific list, we have Batman Secret Files Miracle Molly. So yeah, you can check this out. Again, it's a Fear State tie-in, I guess, but who knows. But they're doing those Secret File books, one-shots on the individual characters. I've read a couple of them. I haven't finished them. I need to get through, I know, Huntress and I think Clown Killer. But yeah. Next up, we have Catwoman, number 35. Looks like it's going to be a Fear State tie-in. So if you're reading Fear State, you want to pick up Catwoman 35. I've got caught up with Catwoman. Really, really great stuff. Ram B is knocking it out of the park with Catwoman. So yeah, I can't wait to dive in and get some more. But I'll probably wait until I get caught up with Batman since it's connected to Fear State. So this gives me incentive to catch up. Next up, we have Dark Blood, number 3. I've actually really enjoyed this book so far. It's definitely something that's very, very interesting, and the concept's really, really cool. It's basically what if an African American got superpowers during right around this. I don't remember when specifically the character gets it because I'm mixing it up with Icon and his backstory. This is, I think, or connected to World War II, World War One. But yeah, it's really, really interesting stuff, and I cannot wait to see where it goes. Next up is issue 2 for a book that I really enjoyed the first issue of, and that's Eat the Rich. The first issue was very, very interesting. It's got one of those kind of, I haven't seen it, but I think it's kind of I can't remember what the name of the movie was. But it's definitely one of those where you go into a place and there's a character that's a fish out of water, and in this case, it's the fish out of water is a poor girl who has a rich boyfriend, and they're going to visit their rich family and their friends on holiday, and things get weird because rich people are part of weird things. So, but Eat the Rich issue 1 was good. If you get a chance, check it out. Next up, we have Flash, number 774. I need to get caught up with this one. But for the most part, the Flash stuff has been okay since Joshua Williamson's been off. But I need to get caught up with it. Next up is one for my son, and that's Marvel Action Spider-Man, number 5. And IDW no longer has a license for Marvel and Star Wars, apparently. Marvel Comics or Kids Comics or Star Wars Kids Comics. So we'll see what Marvel's going to do. We talked about this at length on the podcast. You can check out that episode down below. But yeah, it's why Marvel and DC don't have a set standard kids book that comes out. Don't even need to number it on the outside. You can number it on the inside, but have fall, whatever, 2021, or just the month, and you don't even need a number. It's very disconcerting that they don't have these single issues, even though they're not necessarily money makers. The longevity of these books and the accessibility or the gateway that these books provide to younger readers is where Marvel and DC are severely lacking. I know they're trying to jump into that scholastic market, which is fine. Original graphic novel content for kids and young adults is fantastic. I'm glad they're pushing those things. But the single issue comics for kids is something that just needs to be. It needs to be the consistent. It needs to be the staple. You have a staple like Batman Brave and the Bold book that tells individual stories in every single issue, not connected whatsoever. If you want to do a connected story, you can make a mini series thing for kids, but have those standard books. Batman should be one for DC. Spider-Man should be one for Marvel. But have those standards so that comic book stores can order these and reorder them if you print enough to, and just stock it and have it available for people. We still at Comics Conspiracy will take kids books that we get from collections and put them on the rack if they're in decent condition as new, and they just sell because that's how it cycles. Like, we don't have to bag and board it. We just put it with the kids books and it sells. And the reason it sells is because it's consistent. It's a longevity thing. It sells on the long run, not on the short term. And so it's really, I'm hoping that Marvel, if they take back the kids singles, that's fine, but they need to have something out on the single issue rack for kids, period. They just need it. And after that, Little Night Tribe. Next up, we have a Nightwing number 84. This is apparently the issue that is one entire panel, or one entire shot, or I guess it's a sequential. It's a, like, one page goes to the next page, goes to the next page, goes to the next page. And it's not like it's like some weird thing. It's the whole page, and Nightwing is going across the whole thing. So I'm curious to see how that pans out. In this, broken up in this format. I would like to see them do maybe a second print that folds out the entire thing so you can lay out the whole thing and see it all in at once. But who knows? Next up, we have Old Guard Tales Through Time, number 6 of 6. And I need to finish it up, but I've enjoyed the tales from the Old Guard universe. It's been really, really nice to have, other creators come in and do some stuff with Greg Rucka's Old Guard. And so, yeah, if you haven't actually checked out Old Guard, you really should. It's good, and the Netflix movie is fantastic. Next up, we have Second Coming, Only Begotten Son, another Mark Russell book. Mark Russell just is knocking it out of the park with what he does. Second Coming is the second... Second Coming, Only Begotten Son is the second, series in that Second Coming series of books, the second volume, I guess. I enjoyed the first one. The second one's been pretty good, so I cannot wait to dive in and see where else he takes us on the ridiculous journey of Jesus friends with a superhero. Next up, we have 2 a.m. or Shazam. The font's horrible in this book. Number 3 of 4. I need to get caught. I don't even think I've read the first issue of it, so I'm probably going to have it all together and just read it all at once. We'll see. Next up is another one for my son, and that's Star Wars Adventures Ghosts of Vader's Castle. Book's just starting. I think it has a couple issues. Who knows if it's going to finish through IDW? Who knows if it's going to be finished at all? Again, hopefully they IDW lost the license, but they will finish out what they have already. That would be the best course of action, but who knows? Publishing companies for comic books don't tend to do the thing they should do. That would be the right thing. They tend to do the stupid, asinine thing. Next up, we have Stillwater, number 10. Stillwater is really good. I'm enjoying it. I cannot wait to see where Chip Zdarsky takes us on this wild ride of a town where people cannot die. Next up, we have Suicide Squad King Shark, number 1 of 6. This is going to dive into some King Shark action, so we'll see what it's by Tim Seeley. So, hey, I'm down. Let's check it out. Next up is Summoner's War Legacy by Justin Jordan. This is issue 6. I picked it up because it's Justin Jordan. It's interesting. I have no interest in playing the mobile game, but I'll probably finish out this one and sell the 6 issues because I think this is the last issue. So, if there's a Summoner Wars fan out there that missed the comic, it's going to be up at some point soon. Next up is Tom King's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Really, really awesome book. You need to be reading it. The art is fantastic as well. It's a book that just is a perfect example of excellent writing, excellent artwork, and just inking and everything works, and you should read it. It's amazing. we were shorted and damaged all of our variant copies, so I don't have variants from this one, but the variants are cool too. So next up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin, number 4. I went ahead and read this. It's fine. The story is progressing as it's supposed to, I guess. It's just been since May since we got issue 3. So I think there's one more issue, because at the end of this it says to be concluded. So, I mean, I guess you're going to be waiting for another 4 months before we get it. So beginning of next year, we'll see. But it's been good. Check it out. Or wait to check it out when there's a freaking trade. I don't know. Next up is That Texas Blood, number 10. I got caught up with That Texas Blood. It's a really, really, really solid book. I do highly recommend it. You should go grab that first trade and give it a read, because That Texas Blood is a really, really good book. And finally on my pull list is Exo Manowar number 6. I mean, stuff's going on with the armor and separate. It's Exo Manowar. I've kind of I don't know if I've just kind of been disconnected a little bit with Valiant's books ever since the pandemic. They kind of have just not been consistent in coming out. It's Shadow Man, it's Exo Manowar. Well, Exo Manowar is finally coming back, but Ninjak was it was horrible. I couldn't even continue reading it. And the Savage miniseries was bleh. And so Harbinger's supposed to be coming out, so we'll see how it goes. But Valiant needs to do something to get back to kind of that really, really sweet spot that they were at when they came back and brought us Valiant books once again. Because that was really, really great stuff then. So, who knows? Let's do the variants. First up, we have Batman number 113. I snagged the variant there. Catwoman, of course, had an amazing Jenny Friesen cover for 35, so I picked that one up. There was a 1 in 25 Catwoman that I picked up, Surveillance one for Wanted, so I snagged that bad boy up. Flash 774 had a variant I picked up. Nightwing, of course, had a variant I grabbed. And I would have grabbed the Supergirl, but alas, all of ours were either shorted or I think damaged for the most part. So that is why I did not get the Supergirl one. But it'll be on my pull at some point. Oh, speaking of other variants that we got in. Well, not that we got in. I got a Horizon Zero Dawn. This is, I think, the game art variant for the issue 2. This one had some scuffage up top, if you can see it right along here. Yeah, right there. That's some scuffage. We could not get a replacement, so that's the book I get. So sometimes you just get them printed that way. It sucks, but what can you do? All right, let's grab the graphic novels, because there were some graphic novels. But I will talk real quickly about something that happened over the weekend. It was Batman Day on September 18th, and if you were near your local shop, you were probably able to pick up some things. If you had not yet checked out Batman 0 Point, they had a copy that's a reprint copy of the first issue you can check out. This does not have any codes in it, but currently you can get the hardcover for this story with codes for all of the stuff that they released. And I think they actually printed it in the back. Yeah, so all the Fortnite stuff you can get is right there. But the hardcover is out, so you can check that out. If you saw, I got the Batman the World hardcover the other week. They do have a little snippet preview thing that came out on Batman Day. So if your shop still has some of these and you were curious about that World hardcover, I suggest grabbing that and checking it out. And if you have little kiddos, they had a Batman Night Watch, which I don't know if that's going to be a new series or what, but looks like there's something for the kiddos. And again, I hope they do something where they have stuff just available single issue for kids. That would be amazing. But Batman Day was the 18th. If you got to go out, cool. If not, check see if your local store, order extra, and check it out. We have some graphic novels this week. We'll try to do them in alphabetical order, because that's, the best way. First up, we have Firefly Return to Earth. This is volume 1. This collects Firefly 25 to 28. I still need to dive in and read these, but I've been getting the hardcovers, so I have a nice hardcover collection of all these Firefly books, but I have not yet actually sat down and read through them. I need to do it because I like Firefly, and I'm curious to see how they the Boom iterations of them are doing. Next up is a nice deluxe hardcover of Gideon Falls, book one. Nice oversized deluxe hardcover. This collects issues 1 to 16. Really, really amazing series, but I think it needs to be read probably. I don't know. It could be like I enjoyed reading it single issue, but I think you might get something out of reading it in its entirety. This is volume 1. Volume 2 will be out at some point soonish, hopefully. But yeah, I'm glad to have this as on my shelf for my collection. Set that down. And then I picked up Ayanu. Was it Ayanu Child of Wonder, Volume 1. This is from the Unique Studios. I did pick up the other Unique title. What was it? Malika, Warrior Queen. That came out the other week. So I wanted to check this one out. This one seemed to be aimed more at kids. So yeah, I partially do this because I work at a high school, and it's good to have different variety of stuff to look at. But this one looks a little interesting, so I'm going to give it a try. And I did get a special order in this week, and that is for the art of The Expanse. I love The Expanse. The books are great. I can't wait for the final book to come out in November. But yeah, there's a little, I hate this, but there's a little dingish in the corner, but I'll probably not, I'll just put it on my shelf like I normally do. But yeah, I like The Expanse. And I've been getting some art books for things that I like, but I need to actually open them. It's also previews time. This is the October 20 previews for 2021, $3.97. This is for stuff on sale in December of this coming year. There's a couple things that are solicited for like May of next year. You might start seeing delays in comics. I'm not too sure of that. But there's also the Marvel previews, which is out, and then the Batman or the DC Connect, which is the stuff in there. But I think DC's been listening to feedback because they finally gave good solid space to everything in the back. This is a very streamlined catalog. I mean, it's basically just 50 pages with the cover. Like, yeah, it's really, really straightforward. You know, Marvel's pushing 100 and something, or a little over 100, but you know, what can you do? But yeah, if you're going to be pre-ordering comics, you'll want to check this out. Your local shop should have a copy that you can peruse through if they're nice, and then that way you can see what's coming out and see what you want to get. It's a lot so far. I did want to quickly talk here about a book I just finished. It's by Amal El Muhtar and Max Gladstone, and it's This Is How You Lose the Time War. Honestly, I basically this book came onto my radar because I'm friends with Kevin Sharp on Goodreads, and he had read this and said some, really, really great, some stuff about it. And so I was intrigued, and so I threw it on my want to read list. And then I saw it in my local, small bookstore in downtown Sunnyvale, Lay's Books. And so I decided to pick it up and give it a try. I read it in basically 2 days. I started it one day and then finished it the next day. Really, really, really good book. I cannot tell you the last time I had a book that really kind of resonated. I wanted to actually go back and read it again. But I'm holding off on doing that. But it was really, really well done. It deals with so many different topics, and yet weaves it all together really, really well. It deals with time. It deals with multiverses. It deals with all of these different things, and it deals with it in like a format that is really, really interesting in that it's a letter course, it's like a hidden letter correspondence between two rival characters and their kind of bond and love that forms in that communication and in that exchange of dialogue in, the interesting way this book relays the dialogue or the conversation, I guess you could say. But really, really well done. I do highly recommend this book. This Is How You Lose the Time War. It was really, really good. And I'm actually super stoked to try or to go through this again and read it. But yeah, if you get a chance, put it on your read list, pick it up and read it. I took a break from Douglas Adams' The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide. I need to actually just step back to it for a minute and read about 60 pages to get finished book 3 in there. But I've kind of taken a break. So I read that, This Is How You Lose a Time War, and I've read another book from my childhood, The Mixed Up Files of Ms. Basil E. Frankweiler. I also read Animal Farm, George Orwell's Animal Farm, because one of the classes I'm in at the high school is reading that. I currently started House on Mango Street today, which is another book that's in one of the classes I'm working in. And I'm going to be rereading Of Mice and Men. So there's a lot of books on my palette, but I did grab my a book to replace The Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide, and that's The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers. She wrote, this is part of the Wayfarers series. This is book 4. She's the one that started it was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. But yeah, I'm super stoked to dive back into Becky Chambers. This book came out this year, so yes, I can't wait to see where it takes us. She has another novella I might pick up down the road, but we'll see. But yeah, definitely a lot of reading, and I need to get back to I've been catching up on a little bit of comics, but I mean, I'm just chipping away. It's just a slow chip, and I'm building more. Slow chip, building more. I need to just knock a whole bunch out. So maybe I should just tranquilize my kids and just read. No, I'm not going to do that. But that's it for this week's pull list. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know what you're interested in that's coming out. If you have any questions, comments, leave them down there. Please be nice. The internet's a crappy place when we're not nice to each other, so just be nice to each other. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording, I think, episode 517. We do dive into a couple topics and some listener questions, so check that episode out. It's in the description below. Or you can head over to comicsconspiracypodcast.com for all of our episodes, or listen to us on Spotify and iTunes if you like listening to podcasts there. We're pretty easy to find. Yeah. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It helps out immensely. You can help me out a little more directly by clicking on any of the links here at conspiratorbrock.com and purchasing those and stuff through that Amazon link, and I get a cut. Thank you for those that attempt to do that. I don't even know if it works properly. Who knows in this day and age. Or you can head over to my eBay page, which is where I'm purging stuff. I currently have a stack over here that I'm filling up that I need to get up and listed. Summoner's War is most likely going to go on there, and I think I have a couple more titles that I just need to finish the last issue, and the miniseries is going to go up. So stay on the lookout. Link in the description below for my eBay page. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager, and I think that's it for this week. I am super, super tired. I need to get this up, and I got like 2 jobs to work for tomorrow. So yeah, long, long day. Have a good one, guys. See you next time.